See her take this game and hopefully fight back and get them the team match win they need after losing the match on table one just before, when we saw Michelle come back from quite a deficit against Ellen.
Back on table one, 1-0. Ming takes the lead. 2-0. And you can see that her high ball right now, she's taking very good advantage of it and smacking it down.
And quickly, the Berkeley player out to a 4-0 lead. And you hear a loud show from table two. NYU picks up a victory there. And if Berkeley wants to stay alive in this, Mingyu on table one is going to have to win this matchup. And in this scenario that she does, then we would go to doubles. It would be very exciting to see that fifth and finals match of doubles. The pairings, if that chain of events does end up occurring, we would see Michelle of NYU paired with Zhao Leung, her teammate, against Ellen Huang and Erica Tran. Again, we see a player called for those service lets. You could also say issued a service warning if they are to fault again in that manner. They will be called for the point, and the point will be awarded to the opponent.
Great forehand smack from Mingyu over here.
And that's a tough one to miss. High above the table like that.
And given that's a lot of topspin coming from Michelle Lang's backhand.
There you see her opting for that reverse penhold backhand that you said she does use. Unfortunately, this time not converting.
Ming with the serve.
And we have game point in the first with a 10-7 lead. And she does it.
Yeah. That was a great forehand by Ming over there.
Good for her to finish down the line as she did. Very strong. If she can continue play in this manner and win this match, we will see that doubles competition. Berkeley doing very well in doubles in the past. I believe it was 2014, we saw them actually take the women's doubles title, if I do recall correctly. I'd also like to say Happy Easter to all of our listeners at home.
And thank you for tuning in. And just as an update, Mingyu actually plays short pips on her forehand and smooth rubber on her backhand, which makes for a really great setup, especially to take down those those high balls, and pretty much just putting her forehand in a very good position.
Yeah, the pips on the forehand can be difficult to deal with.
And we see a similar setup from previous NCTTA champion, Zhang Jiaqi from, I believe it was Colombia. She was the 2013 women's single champion.
I had the opportunity to play her once actually this last year in the Butterfly LA Open. She's a very good player. A very, very strong, cracking forehand.
Yes.
An impressive amount of power behind her shots.
You see that Ming has a lot of trouble when dealing with those heavy topspin balls, not really quite connecting with the table. Ooh.
A strong, quick attack.
Very fast forehand. And, you know, that comes back almost as a dead ball. Not much spin coming off Ming's forehand shots, which makes it very difficult because it's fast.
Yeah, definitely a good observation. When you're so used to playing against inverted rubbers, there are adjustments, as we see there again, that forehand pip shot giving the NYU opponent trouble. It's difficult to make that adjustment since so much of your game is muscle memory. In the background of the stream, you can see the Texas team collecting themselves and getting ready to prepare for their team match that'll be coming up next. 11-seeded Texas will be playing the number 8 seed of Michigan. More strong, powerful attacking from the forehand.
I think Ming is taking that backhand just a little bit too early. If she were to maybe wait just half a second later, perhaps it would be a better choice.
A tight game here on the second, 6-6, as both teams cheer on and watch from the sidelines, nervous, anxious for what might happen. NYU hopes their teammate can close out this match, and team competition for them, and Berkeley cheers on from the sidelines, hoping to force that 5th doubles match.
And we see Michelle's ball goes a little bit too long at the table. You know, I like the note that you made earlier about talking about, you know, always facing inverted rubber players, and then when given the opportunity to play short pips or an anti-spin type of rubber, it makes it very difficult, as it's certainly a change in rhythm.
We'll have 3 game points here to Mingyu.
She has one more serve.
That pip serve giving trouble.
Yeah, and the underdog comes out victorious in that last game. Michelle is rated at 1631, whereas Ming is actually rated at 1258. So there's about a good 300-point difference there.
Definitely. Sometimes you can see, due to limited match play by certain individuals, or perhaps someone who often plays in that 4th position, not having as many opportunities to play and win points off of higher level players. And that could be at play. Perhaps Mingyu is slightly underrated. Also, as we have seen, it appears that the pips of Mingyu are giving Michelle from NYU some trouble.
Mm-hmm. You know, like going into game 3 right now, Ming is really capitalizing on her serves, as almost always she's popping that ball up and giving Ming the opportunity to smack it straight down. And that's one of the greatest things about short pips players, that they have that's their advantage.
Definitely.
Flat hitting, if you will.
And the men's team from NYU, actually, correction, that is a different school. There is
we got a good amount of crowd surrounding table 1 right now.
Definitely. We had other shirts in purple walking up, and I mistook them for other NYU players.
No worries. I actually believe that's Western.
It is Western?
I believe so.
Actually, now that I think of it, a handful of schools that do wear purple at this competition.
Good cracking forehand from Ming there. She's really capitalizing on those high balls. And for Michelle, I think that she really has to start putting a little bit more spin on her balls in order to create that difficulty for Ming to return. Because every time we've seen Michelle return with a high spinny topspin ball, Ming has pretty much missed it.
A few points there for Michelle after Mingyu came out to the 5-0 lead early in the match. And Michelle fights back, making it a 2-point game. As the match goes on, I expect that she will get used to those pips a little bit. Mingyu definitely is hoping to close this out in 3 and not give her opponent the chance to get accustomed and react to those pips more comfortably.
You see there, as soon as she gets the opportunity to hit a high ball, she will take it.
With a 9-4 lead, we look to be going to doubles in this team match. We see players on both teams warming up in front of us in the team bench area. Match point here to Mingyu. And a bit of fight from Michelle.
Going down swinging right now. she is certainly not giving up. And that's what we love to see. Even if you're down, we want to see you keep fighting, doing your very best. Ooh, clips the top of the net.
And games are never over. We've seen players, not commonly, but players have come back from 9-0 deficits even. But not this time.
And we are going to go to doubles, where we see Ellen Wong and Erica Tran facing off against Michelle